Mm-hmm. Oh, Grand Rising. Grand Rising, everyone. Do I have? I don't think I have Apollo in here. Crazy. Peace, beloved. Peace, 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 peace. Grand Rising. As y'all are coming in, I'm trying to get set up. Peace, Jay. Peace, beloved. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get some stuff set up. I took half my stuff upstairs. Peace, 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 peace. Oh, I'm not rushing this morning. No rushing. Peace, Rika. Look at Rika showing up on time. Peace. All times is on time. Peace getting where I'm going. Peace, y'all. You made it. Oh, my face looking dry, y'all. It's all right. We family. Please, peace, peace. Grand Rising, Limitless. Grand Rising, Tamika. Rich Roots. Everything is perfect timing, right? Ashe. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do this morning. I'm going to go ahead and pull these cards this morning. Since that's been my new thing, pulling the energy for today. Normally I try to pull one card. We'll see. Sometimes I'll be having more cards that want to come out. And then I want to get into the energy from yesterday. And it's crazy because when I'm like ripping and running and doing all the things that was going on with the whole tournament week and all of that, I got so caught. The Sage and video made your money. Good. I say. Yeah, honey, I saw that before I went to bed and I just had to post it. It was so funny to me. I love him. Because it's always what I will be talking about, like making sure that you're cleansing space, doing your spiritual work in positive vibration. So you got to play that song. You got to do the other stuff. It's just, I love his energy though. But yeah, I want to get into yesterday's portal, what was going on with yesterday's portal, how that plays a part of a lot of things. I'm going to give you a personal experience on how I saw things coming in alignment and why I tell y'all to pay attention to what your body is doing, pay attention to the messages that the universe is sending you and why they are sending it to you. Okay, so let's get into this card pull real quick. Give me a second. Ooh, I ain't gonna get too crazy with that. Let's pull us a crystal card too. Oh, I should have pulled from this deck. That's okay. I'll do that tomorrow. First time. Is it your first time, Rich Roots? Oh my goodness. Yes, no doom and gloom. No doom and gloom. Hold on, let me get this one card. It's trying to give us a whole lot of cards. Ashe. I know that was for me. Let me pull y'all one more because that probably was for me. This is probably, that card right there might have been for me. This card keeps trying to come out, so I'm going to go ahead and grab this. We just had this card. Okay, we're going to stick with it. Same energy keep coming up, so that must be what we're supposed to keep hearing. It's crazy. Y'all, it's crazy when I'm asking about a certain topic or a dynamic, and that same energy keep popping up, and that same, vibration keep coming up. Anyway, first card that came out was Crossroads. I promise we just had this yesterday. And there's a lot of different dynamics when we come to this Crossroad card. Peace, sis. Thank you. That's mine. Look, before I get into that. That's one of my favorite pieces. Everybody, my first art show that I did. That was one that I did for that. Okay. The crossroads represents Papa Legba, Elegua, depending on who you know him as, is one of the Orishas. Peace, Pink. I was thinking about you last night. I'm going to call you today. Let me know what time worked for you, okay? This is the number 3 year. This is his year. So there's going to be a lot of things that is going to, I feel, going to make you make decisions that are life-changing decisions. There are going to be a lot of things that is, man, listen, trying to get our attention. This Mercury retrograde that we getting ready to go into, Mercury is connected to Papa Legba. There's so much things that represent his energy and why he is trying to teach you. A lot of people don't like dealing with him, but I feel like he's one of the best teachers because he teaches you through interesting dynamics. He teaches you a certain way to do certain things from the lessons he's bringing to the plate. So like when that lesson is coming to the plate, you're supposed to look at it with a different perception. Quit feeling like the things are negative. And I just talked about this with that Mercury retrograde coming in. People are freaking out. Like, oh my God, it's in retrograde. I'm just going to stay in the house. No, you're not. That's another reason why I feel like that Pisces energy popped up too. It's like, that you not staying in the house. We are going to confront this energy. We are going to make sure that we are resolving what we need to resolve as we're moving through this particular energy. Why? Because it's pushing us to our greatness. There's the only way that we can get to that greatness is to confront things head on. We can't keep avoiding them. We can't keep putting a band-aid on it. We can't keep sweeping it under the rug. No, we're not doing that. We moving into greatness. Peace, beloved. So this energy keep coming up for y'all in me because it's telling us this is the time. I'm going to keep bringing situations, circumstances, and dynamics to make you make the right choices that are in alignment with who you are. And when you look back 10 years from now, 5 years from now, 2 years from now, you're going to notice that was the moment that changed your life. You are going through self-mastery this year. I promise y'all, you might feel like you just started in this journey, but this year is about self-mastery. This is how you navigate and move through to refine who you are. Okay? So pay attention. And the reason I'm hard because it's crazy. We just had this card yesterday too. Making choices that are in alignment with who we are. Allowing things that are, from the past, allowing things that we used to make, choices we used to make from the past. Let that be what it's going to be. Listen, let it be what it's going to be. It's okay. You did it. Let it go. Now we in the future. We're moving towards our future. We're moving towards our evolution. And that evolution that was the victim card. It was the bottom of the deck. Ain't no other card. So this is the victim card. Now, the second card, that was the bottom of the deck. I didn't want to get into this one because I know I'm probably going to be long-winded. This card was the worth card. So this is the second card because I always, if I get a crossroad or a victim card, I pull a second card. So the second card was this. Grand Rising, beloveds. So this worth card was about building into our value. What are we doing to know that we are building into what we worth? We know that. You know you queen, you know you a king, you know you God, you know you a goddess. Okay? You already know this. I tell y'all this every day. So you better know it. At least you heard it. But this is about actually digesting it. Peace, beloved. This is about acknowledging it. This is about walking in it, not just saying it. We're going to walk in this energy. So like I said, when you're being tested, remember who you are. Don't get distracted. It's going to be a lot of distractions. Don't get distracted. Remember your worth. Remember that you a diamond. You're not no dud. We don't do duds. Remember who you are. Walk in it. Be powerful in it. Stand in it. Stand in it. Don't get distracted by what is coming. Don't get distracted by the thought and the perception of what you think is getting ready to come. Even in that aspect, don't get so caught up in hearing what other people are saying as far as, oh my God, it's the retrograde. No. Don't let them put that seed in your head. Understand, go into this retrograde with the perception of everything that happens this month is going to be a blessing for me. Everything that happens is going to be life-changing for me. There's a reason that is happening. Everything starts with the mental. So as above, so below. If you thinking that it's going to be a crazy, destructive, whatever, painful month, that's what you're going to receive. You want to receive the energy of, this is going to be an amazing month. I'm going to learn so many life lessons that are going to change my life for the better. Everything that's going to come through this month, because guess what? That crossroad card and Mercury energy, he the gatekeeper. He about opportunities. He's about ushering in things that you need. What you trying to get to? This is the month that you should be connecting to your Orishas. This is the month that you should be connecting to your deities, your spirit guides, to however you see it. You should be able to connect a little more because we're in Pisces season, number one. That's all about this spiritual realm. And you are in his month. He is the gatekeeper to that. You can't get to them without talking to him. So make sure you acknowledge that energy. Make sure you're acknowledging that presence and what it is that energy really represents and how it's bringing it to your life. They just gonna say you think too much. No, you don't think too much. They don't think enough. Listen. Okay, so the first card, which I feel like this came for me, but it might be for y'all too. It might be for some of y'all. There's the nourishment card. And nourishment is all about how are you nourishing yourself, making sure you're doing things and putting yourself around, peace, honey, things that are nourishment to you. Not just the food and not you just drinking water, but also the people. Are the people you are surrounding yourself with. And I'm telling you, y'all gonna end up cutting off a lot of people this month. It's gonna be a lot of people that ain't in alignment with you. But are the people that you are around, are they feeding into you or are they taking away? Are they nourishing? Are they soul food? Or are they junk food? Figure it out. The environments, the situations, is it soul food? Or is it junk food? Your timeline. Detox that. That's why I put up that Sage video. Detox that shit. Is it soul food or is it junk food? Is it processed? We don't do processed. So take the time to get into this nourishment. Now, we just did this, so I'm not even going. I'm going to go ahead and read it because some of y'all might not have been on here yesterday. But the second card that came up was Wild Compassion. And that's with Buddha. And that's my birthstone. So that's crazy. And then the Carnelian, in case y'all didn't see that. Carnelian was the one that came up for the nourishment. Meter was filled, being of service. Ashe, I love doing stuff for the homeless. I'm always working with them. I haven't did it in a while, though. Peace, beloved, coming in. Peace, everyone. Grand Rising. You was sick for 3 days. Yes. Nourishment, beloved. You can't be overworking yourself. You got to make sure you're taking the time to take care of you. If you're not taking care of yourself, listen, I am a advocate and a poster child for this. If you're not taking care of yourself, no one else will. You got to feed into yourself. You got to make sure that you're good first before anything else. Yes, time to starve that fear. It's crazy because it's something that I thought about with the fear yesterday. It was a lot of emotions going on for me yesterday. And I'm going to try not to be a crybaby today, but there was a moment, and I don't operate in fear, but I was feeling, I'm going to say I was anxious to see how the night and the day unfolded because it was a lot of full circle moments happening yesterday. Legba was testing the hell out of me yesterday. This Mercury retrograde. all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to tell y'all the story. I want to get these cards done just in case, because you know Instagram like to cut me off. As soon as I get into something good, it'll be like... Okay. All right. I'm going to tell him. Okay, so we bring you the gift of nourishment. You are ready to grow. And to do this, you need food for your mind, body, and your soul. We want you to feel fed with what brings you life, with what helps you feel good, with what heals you, increases your energy and your power. We know what you need, what can assist you in this growth of your mind, body, and spirit. We know that life can be a banquet for the soul. There are many choices as to what you can feed yourself, and sometimes you may be confused about what is good for you and what is not. Let go of any doubt or shame, guilt or fear about being nourished now, as we guide you towards what will truly feed your life force and bring you true happiness. Ashe, 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 ashe. So that was nourishment. So let's read. I'm telling y'all, it's a different season. It's all about your perception. It's a different season. I'm glad both of these are short because my voice about gone. Okay, so the other one was wild compassion. We bring you the blessing of wild compassion. What if a restriction now could prepare you to receive a greater freedom in the not too distant future and to be able to appreciate, enjoy, and fully receive the freedom? What if growing pains now would strengthen you to be ready to receive a life-changing opportunity headed your way? What if rest and time to just be at this moment would help you build up your reserves for vital energy for a time in the future when you will be asked to step up, perhaps to lead or use your energy in some way to support many, while compassion is at work in your life, and you can trust that it knows what you need when you need it and will deliver it with unsurpassed grace. Those both are like really super tied into each other. So please understand. Thank you, beloved. Long way. Yes, stop being scary. Please understand that with your nourishment and how you are making sure that you are feeding yourself the things that are needed in all aspects. This is so important. It's so important because this is going to open the door for so many other things. Understand that this Mercury retrograde is going to challenge you. It's going to give you some things and some tests that you might not understand at this moment, but it's there to make you wiser. It's there to prepare you for this greatness that you're about to receive. It's there, and that's how you have to look at things. When things are happening, don't look at it like, damn, why me? Look at it as, oh, I'm glad this is happening because this is preparing me for my greatness. How is this preparing you for your greatness? When you are being tested and you don't end up choking somebody out, ask how that's preparing you for your greatness. Right there. You ain't choked that person out. You ain't going to jail today. You ain't operating in your lower vibrational energy. Okay, that is a moment. You've grown. You've grown. So, saying all that to say, as you navigate through this energy, as you go through all of this super strong, powerful, specifically Mercury energy, specifically Legba. If you don't know who he is, if somebody could type his name in the comments for me. If y'all don't know who he is, take a moment and just research what he represents. And then you'll see how he ties in with the planet Mercury, why that's his particular planet. And since we're in retrograde, how it connects when we're talking about the spiritual realm. Okay, so I really want to get into this thing. And I'm sorry if I feel like I'm going fast, y'all. I'm excited a little bit. It's a lot been going on. And I want to show y'all how I pay attention to stuff. So I was busy doing this tournament week. I was busy doing certain things. Peace, beloveds coming in. Peace, 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 peace. Yes, there's a blessing in that lesson. That's how the old folks say. Make sure you pay attention to the blessing in the lesson. Pay attention to the blessing in the lesson. All right. So yesterday was 333 portal, right? And the post that I posted says an intense vibration of 333 energy. It will change the frequency of our energy field. The awakening brings higher levels of consciousness, enhanced intuition, insights, internal and external transformation, and closure. Now, that day was supposed to bring like a highly charged vibrational reset and then shift the power. The reason that 3 is so crazy because we in Mercury retrograde. That's Papa Legba. And this is a number 3 year. And number 3 is his number. Please understand the synchronicity in all of that. Like for real. Understand it. Understand it. Mental strength, deep healing, completion of past cycles, inner peace, alignment, authentic soul connections, elimination of unhealthy patterns, fewer painful lessons, new cycle with abundance, blessing, and possibilities. Start speaking out loud the positive transformation. So we already talk about this, making sure that y'all speak what needs to happen, making sure that you're able to manifest what needs to happen. Trust in the change and let go of toxicity and be ready for exciting new starts. That's how y'all need to look at this whole month. Whole month. Look at the whole month as like, this is going to end cycles. This is going to be a time frame where you are going to be able to go inward from a different perspective. You're not even going to realize that this inward lesson that you are getting is life changing. So that energy is like he's really coming through and coming through real hard. And I promise you, I feel like this is going to be one of our most impactful months. I honestly do. If you paying attention, I feel like this is going to be the time frame where you are going to, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm trying to get this bobby pin. You are going to just see so much change and so much growth in how you perceive it. But it's about perception. It's all about your perception. Breathe through it. When stuff is popping off, let's breathe through it. Okay, so Grand Rising, beloved. Okay, so let me get into my story real quick before I have to get off here. One of my babies is not feeling good. Knowing him, he probably was up eating junk. That's my oldest. So anyway, yesterday, let me rewind. A couple of weeks back, it's been about a month now, maybe a month and a half. I've been noticing certain things. And it was people in my circle that were reconnecting with somebody that was from my past. So I was just paying attention, like, why is her energy keep coming up? No, not Mr. Milk. This the oldest. Why does that, her energy kept popping up in my cipher through different things. My photographer had just did an event with this particular person. Something else happened. All of a sudden, like, her name was popping up on certain dynamics. Peace, beloved. I don't even listen to the radio, but for whatever reason, I'm gonna listen to the radio, and she doing like the little radio plug or whatever. Energy kept coming up. Okay. And I was like, I even think I had a dream about her maybe about 2 months ago. Might have been, about 2 months ago. And I was like, that's weird. It was weird how the dream was. And I was like, why did I just have a dream about that? I kind of just shook it off because I know that this particular person, me and her were like really good friends when I was working for her. So we fell out over something. dealing with business. But when we fell out, it severed the whole relationship. So I was like, thinking I'm just holding on to some of that energy, and that's something that I needed to resolve in my own personal work. One of my really great friends, she called me and she's like, I need you to dress me for this event. I'm hosting it. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then next thing I know, it's actually connected to that particular circle. And I was like, okay, well, I'll dress you. And then she was like, are you going to go? And I'm like, no, I wasn't going. Because I don't go out anyway. But I really was like, I don't feel like I need to be in that. When I cut people off, I cut you off. Like, I don't want to be around you. I don't want to deal with you. None of that. So I ended up going. But this is what the events happened yesterday. Got up, everything was cool, took my babies to breakfast, came home, got them situated. I was like, let me start pulling all my stuff together, pulling her stuff together, because I was like dressing her, making sure she get everything she needed. I'm just pulling shoes out of the closet. Boom, my whole nail breaks off in the skin, blood gushing down my hand. And women who have nails, y'all know when that nail break, peace, beloved, and it's in the skin, listen. So I'm blood gushing. I didn't even do nothing that hard to make my nail break. It was literally like I was pulling shoes out the closet and the nail broke. And I was like, the hell? It's 2:00 at this point. Honey, it's 2:00. I had to be at the event at 6. Okay? So I'm like, okay, don't worry about it. I should have expected this. We in the shadow of Mercury retrograde. That's how my mind thinking. I'm still in pain, and I'm mad that this shit happening now. But, okay, cool. Run to the nail shop. It's right here in front of my neighborhood. Like, look, my nail is broke. I can't go to this event looking like this because I got to come through. I'm like, I got to come all the way through. I can't have no broke nail. This ain't gonna work. They looking at me like, he talking about, you need Band-Aid. He was like, I can't fix that. You need a Band-Aid. I'm like, oh my God. So I'm sitting there at the nail thing, and he had to fix something else, like the paint on one of my nails. So I'm like, they were like, okay, let's try to glue it. Let's try to hold it with glue. So they put nail glue to try to hold my real nail, because these are my real nails, with glue. So I'm sitting there. It's burning like a mug. I'm like, okay. And I'm breathing. I'm looking at the time. Okay, we almost at 3:00. I got to be there at what time? 6. So he like, we can't do nothing with that. Okay. All right. They fixed my other nails. They're like, you okay? You need something to drink? I was like, I need some vodka. I don't even drink, y'all. But that's how serious it was. I was like, I need a shot. He was like, we ain't got no shot. So I leave. And in my mind, I was like, okay, the glue holding the nail. Let me go get me a press-on from the drugstore so I can put it on top of this nail, because I refuse to put a Band-Aid on my finger. And I knew not doing it. Listen. So I go and I pull up in the parking lot. What's the next thing that happened? The whole nail pops off. As soon as I pull it, I said, just pulled in the parking lot. It literally was right across the street from the nail shop. Pull in the parking lot, the whole nail pops off. You talking about somebody who was crying. I was in the parking lot like, oh my God, why is this happening right now? I literally was freaking out. And then I just bust out laughing. I know people were looking at me like she crazy. I bust out laughing. I said, okay, Mercury, y'all trying to get me today. You trying to get me. I was like, let me breathe. I said, this is a distraction. It's a distraction. So I go in the Walgreens. I shake it off. I'm going in the Walgreens. I get they have this stuff that you can put on wounds that creates like a scab on your finger, on something that's bleeding, so it can stop the bleeding. I picked that up and I'm sitting here like, okay. Didn't really read the thing. I'm just going like, it wasn't the kind that I normally get. I was like, let me go on and just put this on here while I'm in the parking lot. The packet, I poured it on my finger and it felt like somebody set fire to my finger. I was about to die. I temporarily died in Walgreens parking lot yesterday. I ain't gonna lie. I was like on the whole steering wheel like, oh my God, why am I putting myself through all of this? I could have just put a Band-Aid on it. And this ties so much into what we talking about with this Mercury retrograde. You got to confront shit head on. Quit trying to put a Band-Aid on stuff. It might hurt. No, boo. I'm going to tell you why I didn't mean. I'm feeling like, oh. So it's freaking me out because I'm like, Jay, I'm like, maybe this is a sign I don't need to go. Maybe I ain't want to go anyway. Let me just go get her straight. I'm like, I'm about to have to just rock a Band-Aid. I'm not about to go through this. How I'm going to work? I can't wear my outfit and have a Band-Aid on my finger. I almost bought a splint to put on my finger to make it look like I just broke my finger. I'm so superficial when it comes to this stuff. So, finally it stopped burning. And as time is going on, it's calming down. It's still hurting a little bit, but it's calming down. It's calming down. And I'm like, okay. By this point, we at 3-something, like 3:30, 3:45. I still ain't got my shoes for my outfit because my goal was that I get everything packed up. So I was like, let me run right here and grab me some shoes. I had to go around and grab me some shoes real quick. First place didn't have shit. Second place ended up grabbing 2 pair of shoes. Shouldn't have got it. Should have been getting one. I almost got distracted by shopping. Because then that was it was therapy. I had to do some retail therapy then. Because now my finger hurting. I'm feeling like it's on fire. My finger look real crazy right now. So I got my shoes. And then the line, when I walked in, the line was like crazy in the thing. But it's about perfect timing. Divine timing. Let me tell you how this happened. I pull up. I already knew what color shoe I wanted. I get up in there. Boom. Pair of shoes. Only size that they had was a 10 in this shoe. Some Jessica Simpson nude pumps. Only one. Got them. Boom. Seen another pair. They said that they were another size, but it was wrong. Got those. Came back to the front. Magically, nobody's in line. Now, I just told y'all it was a line full of people. Like it was doing the S. Magically, everybody had disappeared. So I was able to grab my shoes because now I done calmed down. I had to call my sister circle. I called her I was like, listen, I'm going to need you to talk me through this because I'm going through it right now. I'm going through it, beloved. I'm going through it. I'm sleepy because I tried to hang out. I'm going through it. So we talking and I'm laughing, we grabbing shoes. Good. Get to the line, check out like this, no problem. Get in the car, get home, I'm good. Everything, from that point on, everything was smooth. Everything went real smooth because I shifted my energy. This is why I always tell y'all, shift your energy, shift your vibration. When you shift it, things will come in alignment with that energy. When you let things attack you and pull you down in a certain space, you will stay in that space and you're going to just bring more of that energy to you. Soon as I shifted that perspective, everything's smooth. Everything. And I don't like to drive in the rain. So now it starts pouring down. You know, my mom, she like, yo, ain't it time for you to go? Everything. Put my jumpsuit on. The V was a little lower than I was expecting. And I ain't had no double stick tape. So I was worried about flashing people. But it's okay. Everything going smooth. Get to the event, fast forward. Everything cool. I get my client dressed. She looking amazing. She was having some throat issues, some voice issues. Oh, mama come ready. I pull out my mint crystals. I'm burning crystals in the bag now. We getting the lavender oil for her so she can make sure she hosts this event. Speak on everything she needs to speak on and look fabulous while doing it. Okay? So we there. I know. It was hilarious, honey. So we there and everything is amazing. My energy is high. Oh, and I ended up still putting this press on the little piece of nail that's left. So my nails wouldn't look like they were crazy. It ain't the same shape, but it didn't matter. I just needed my nail not to look crazy because I'm superficial. I ain't gonna lie. I own my suit. I'm a Leo, so I own my shit. So we're there. The vibe is good. I'm seeing, first person I see is Fantasia's husband. I haven't seen this brother since me and her fell out. And he comes to me, he hugs my neck. He's like, I'm so excited to see you. He was like, I'm really glad that you're here. You look good. I'm like, we exchanged. And I hadn't seen him. I hugged him back. I was like, I'm glad I came. Kept on going. He went, and he was running around trying to help them with what they needed help with. So I wasn't sure if she was going to be there or not. But I know how close her and Dorikas are. They're really great friends. And this was his product launch. So we're standing there. They come through. And then she sees me and waves. And she's like, So I came over there. Like I said, it's been 3 years. We haven't talked in 3 years. We hug. We up there both now crying. She was already crying. Now we teared up because we ended on a note that we shouldn't have ended on, considering that we both grown. But we both are very emotional. She a Cancer and I'm a Leo. So y'all already know. So long story short, we talked. We was like, we can't go through that no more. Let's not be in that space, because like I said, we were friends through all of this. We built a friendship, and then just got business. Always can be tricky, but that's why I posted the video last night of her singing, because it was one of those things that I said, when I go back and look at the synchronicity, when I go back and pay attention to messages that was being sent from the universe to say, I'm manifesting this person back in your life. When I go back and look at what yesterday meant, what did I tell y'all? This was a completion of past cycles. All week I have been saying, this is a 360 for me. There were things that were going on all last week, and I felt like there was a 360 dynamic, full circle moments, when you have to come back where you started. Not only because of that, but because I said that I'm retiring. I met her and started working for her when I was retiring from doing that whole business altogether. I had to went and got a job and everything, y'all. I was working for corporate when I started really doing stuff for her, and realized that I couldn't do both. I was like, I can't do that and do that. So for me to be retiring and being true, so this is how you got to look at this too. Pay attention to how lessons happen. Because sometimes you'll feel like, I know a lot of this right now is a test for me. You say you don't want to do clothing no more, but I'm going to give you everything. I'm running into like wardrobe stylists last night that I don't work with in a long time. I ain't seen them in forever. But I'm so confident on what my purpose is. I'm so confident on what my path is, what direction I'm supposed to be going. I want to be here with y'all. I'd rather be teaching my classes. I'd rather be doing healing work. I'd rather be building into the healing chamber. That's my dynamic. So I was getting opportunities to do fashion, which I love. It's all right. But I was being able to heal my sister friend who had the host. That's an amazing thing. I needed to be able to heal her. There was something else that I ran it, like whoever was ending up getting her to water, one of the owners of the club, he was like, I need to get your card. You do healing. I'm like, yeah. He's like, let me get your card. I said, well, I don't have that card on me. I got my clothing card on me. He was like, damn, you Jamaican? You got 10 jobs? Like, laughing. Because in my mind, I'm like, I do got like 10 jobs. But give him my card. Real good connect to have for what I'm doing. So paying attention to how walking in your purpose will open up a whole lot of different dynamics, but it's a test. And that's what I feel like this Mercury retrograde is about. It's a test to say, are you true about what it is that you're doing? Are you true about what it is that you say you want to be about? Or are you just saying it? Okay? So that's my story for y'all. Synchronicity. Listen. Paying attention. You said it hit you with some spiritual clothing. I'm still going to have like my clothing website, but I'm not going to be personally sewing. I'm like, just even after last week, I knew every day was telling me like, this why you ain't supposed to. The universe was like, we told your ass to go ahead and finish up what you trying to finish up and build into what you building. But now you want to deal with the nonsense. You want to come over here dealing with the craziness. Let's see how that worked for you. So but it was learning lessons. I had to learn how to shift and navigate through all of that. Like it was some stuff that was triggering me hard, but I knew a lot of it was coming from me not wanting to let go of the ego of it. What it represents. I built a 20-year career in clothing where it's a lot of people that is in that dynamic that know me. People were walking up to me yesterday and like, oh, you T Chanel? In case y'all didn't know, that's my clothing stuff, T Chanel. So you T Chanel, I wanted to talk to you. People have been trying to link me up, like aspiring designers, aspiring business owners in fashion. And I'm like, I see how y'all trying to work this. But even in that, I would rather teach. I don't want to be in the other element. I just don't. But everything was happening to show me certain stuff. Everything leading up to yesterday was happening to show me certain stuff. That's why I say, pay attention. Pay attention to the signs. Pay attention to the messages. See how they coming in your life. Pay attention. Because I promise you, if you paying attention, the things that do manifest, you'll already know it. You'll see it. That's when I talk about working in that other consciousness. You'll see it coming and manifesting. And I low-key probably somewhat manifested her energy back in my life, because the one thing that I've always said, it was like, I don't even want to work for her in that perspective no more. I want to be her friend. I want us to reestablish our connection as friends. And then that's it. I don't want to be waking up early as hell or having to go to bed late as hell because I got to get this done. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want that life no more. I'm good. But just there's connections that we make that go back to those soul connections. There are connections that we're going to make throughout this journey. And some people energy stick with you longer than others. And it's for a reason. You have to evaluate what that reasoning is. All right, y'all. So I'm done with my story time today. I just wanted to share that. And that's why I posted that 333, because I was really tripping on. I didn't have time to pay attention that it was 333 yesterday and really get into any like real hardcore energy work like I normally would do. But the synchronicity of what that 333 represents in connection to this Mercury retrograde, in connection to Papa Legba, in connection to all the things that you really need. I just really feel like the biggest thing that we we should be focusing on, let me say this, the biggest thing we should be focusing on is how are we changing our perception? How are we thinking? Every day you should be doing something that is creating the right perception, creating the right vibration, making sure your mind is operating on the right vibration. Because when we think a certain way, we manifest a certain way. Okay? You got to think clear. You got to make sure that you're thinking in all aspects. One of our followers was going through some stuff. One of our family members is going through some stuff. And I was speaking to them over the weekend. And, you know, the thing that I got from the conversation and that she said in particular that triggered me. Because I was like, we should always be operating in self-love, beloved. We should never be putting ourselves in any forms of danger because of how we're thinking. And she actually said that she didn't know how to love herself. And that's what a lot of the issue is. We don't know how to operate in our own self-love. We don't know what that look like. You have to figure that out, honey. All of y'all, figure that out. Figure out what is self-love. What does it look like? What does it smell like? If that means I need to get up and drink water, that's an act of self-love. Drink water every morning. That's an act of self-love. If that means that I need to just take a day to rest, that's an act of self-love. If there's something that I love to do, do it. If that means I need to go walk in the park every day, doing things that are constantly feeding who you are. So when something happens, it's not devastating you. You break up with somebody, understand that that person was not supposed to be in your life. They had to be removed at that moment in time. Even the story I just shared with y'all, at that time I was looking like, and I'm stubborn as shit. I was like, oh, this is what went down? Listen, I'm 9 months pregnant. Y'all stressing me the hell out. I'm done. And in my mind, I was like, whatever is meant, and I always operate, whatever is meant to be in my life is going to be there. Whatever is not meant to be in my life, it will be removed. When it's time, if somebody, even with my friends, if it's time for them to gravitate back to me, they'll come back to me. But you have to go through the season. I don't feel like you got to, force yourself or force these dynamics. Love yourself. Operate within that own self-love, and everything that's in alignment at that moment in time is going to come to you. I promise y'all, when you are operating in that space, it's going to come to you. It's going to gravitate to you. But you gotta, this self-love, man, I don't feel like, and I don't know if there's somebody on here that's not melanated, but I specifically feel like melanated people were not taught to love ourselves, especially melanated people that are born in America. If you was born here, your ancestors from here, whatever the case may be, listen, I know that it's a little harder for us to operate in self-love because we've been taught that we are not loved. We've been taught a certain way. We've been taught that we're not special. We've been taught that we are not amazing as a people. But you are so amazing. Way more than they give us credit for. But it ain't about their validation. You got to know it. This is why when you start studying ancient Kemet, when you start looking at ancient Egypt and seeing what was happening, how they were thinking, how they were moving, this is why I was posting what I was posting this morning. Look, our evolution is necessary. We were the awakening. We were the wise ones. We were the gods and goddesses. That came from us. We were way more advanced than anybody is at this moment in time. We was doing stuff then that they don't even know how to do now. So you have to go back to the original source. So y'all can learn how to love yourself from that perspective. Not from you came here from slaves. Not that you came here from a certain dynamic. You have to go back to the original source of our greatness and who we were. So when you make that connection, now you're operating from a different perception of who you are. When you feel like you came from a certain type of dynamic, it makes you operate in a low vibrational space. You have to operate from a higher frequency because that's who you are anyway. Once you awaken that, it's going to naturally start. You're going to start doing stuff. I don't know why you're stressing that to your family. Relax and take notes. I promise y'all, I be telling y'all all the time, don't worry about everybody else. Y'all be trying to wake everybody up. I used to do the same thing. The people who are supposed to be woke will come to you. The people who want to hear what you got to say, because you'll get stressed out. You're going to be tired. Your head going to be hurting. You might want to punch a couple of people in their mouth. I say wanting to punch somebody in my mouth. In their mouth. Lord. Listen. Work in your own power. Work in your own light. And as you're operating in that light, the people who want to hear what you got to say will pay attention to it. Shut up. Relax. But the people who are in alignment with that will come to you. Okay? Don't worry about it. Go study what the greats did. Our ancestors, our real ancestry. Study that. We don't need to hear no more slave stories. We don't need to hear no more, none of that. You have to understand our greatness in order to operate in your greatness. You got to. And then it'll establish things that you should be doing that are feeding your self-love. That way, like I said, when you lose that job, you understand it was a job. It was being removed out of the way so you can get to the real thing you're supposed to be doing. When that man or that woman not in your life no more, they ain't supposed to be in your life. They were removed out of your life so you can get to the amazing person you're supposed to be with. When you have challenges with health, that challenge that you have in health-wise is there to show you how your body is breaking down and that you are not operating in your own self-love and your own self-care. So now what do you need to do in order to feed that particular dynamic? It's a wake-up call. Like I tell you, everything happened. Car will get broke in. Pay attention to why did it get broke in? What do you need to change? Are you too comfortable? Things that are making you pay attention to why that's happening and what you need to fix, how I need to grow in that. Yes, except that everybody can't go with you. Or they might not be meant to go at the time that you're trying to make them go. People be so focused on trying to force people to wake up. It might not be time. Some people ain't supposed to wake up. I know that's hard to hear, especially when you're close to them. Everybody can't wake up. Some of that I'm not going to get into that conversation. That's a whole nother video. Some people ain't supposed to wake up. I'm going to just leave it at that. They're not. Y'all trying to make people go and be gods and goddesses that everybody can't be a god and goddess. It's not meant. Royalty is royalty for a reason. It's hard to hear, but it's true. It's almost like you can't have a bunch of chiefs. There's going to be chiefs and there's going to be Indians. Okay? Let that be what it's going to be. Quit focusing on it's got to be more than that. It's not. It is. There's a system. Think about ants. They have a queen or bees. There's always a queen. You got worker bees. You got worker ants. Like, there's a system. In nature, pay attention to nature. It's the same system when it comes to us. All right? And if they're meant to like really, they'll come and start asking questions. I've been on this journey for a long time. The people who was looking at me like I was the black sheep and I was the crazy cousin or, you know, whatever, back in the day, be the main, they call some, there's certain ones that'll call me. There's certain ones that reach out to me now when I was looked at as the crazy one. Or the, now I ain't saying that I wasn't crazy, because I still be like, I'm still a little bit low-key crazy. Just a little bit. But you gotta be crazy. It's why I don't want to be normal. I'm just saying. Crazy is supposed to be, you know, abnormal. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to put this candle out. So, know who you are. Know how you operate. Stay true and stay firm in your path, in your direction, your purpose. Everything's supposed to be there. It's going to be there. The people who's supposed to be around you going to be there. Sometimes, shut up. Sometimes certain dynamics got to come around when it's time. And that include people, places, and things. All right. Y'all operate in y'all gift, y'all passion. I love you. I love you. I love you. I thank y'all for being so patient with me as I've been going through this crazy month that I just had. Give me about a week to get everything all the way back together and get back on my normal, because I know I'm going to be resting a lot, so I don't lose my own voice. Okay. But we got a lot to do. I got a lot of things I want to get into, teaching wise. I did decide today my classes will be every Wednesday, so we can, you know, have a consistent schedule. So every Wednesday will be like one of the classes that we do, and I probably do Wednesday and Saturdays. I might be back on here today if I get my box in. I got to see. I got a box coming in with a bunch of stuff I want to share with y'all. If not, I will share it with y'all tomorrow. All right. I love you. I love you. I love you. I hope you have an amazing day. Do not let people steal your power or your joy. Punch them in their mouth. I'm just playing. I'm playing. Don't punch nobody in the mouth. I don't want nobody calling me talking about, you told me. No, I didn't. I was saying it in a spiritual. You need to realign their chakras differently, visually realign their chakra. All right, guys. I love you. Peace.